right. Well, as you know, today is the final Sunday in May, and it is not Memorial Day weekend. I finally got it. And it's because after today, after this day, which is the 31st, there's not one more day for there to be a holiday. I got it. I'm feeling good about it. I mean, this is it. This is the end of May. I'm clear. And yet, it still doesn't stop us just because we reached an end of something. From singing on and on into June, that everything is a miracle and everything is holy, we can continue that song even with the next song that we're going to have. Because we know that everything is created by love to express love in a unique way, and that each of us is an expression of love. And that's a miracle, and that's holy. And so we can keep that in mind and live that. And because today is the 5th Sunday in May, it's been a long month. I know my sister has a granddaughter, she's 5, and she loves to put up a calendar. And when she's finished with a month, she turns it over. And halfway through April, she was done with April, and she just flipped it over to May. Yeah, it worked for her. But here we are, and this is the 5th Sunday in May. And we can now flip that calendar. And I'm hoping that today isn't one Sunday too many. For us to ask ourselves the same important question that we've been asking ourselves all this month. What am I putting out vibrationally with the thoughts in my mind into a responsive universe that creates for me? And what am I putting out into this world that comes back to me as the experiences of my life? What are the dominant thoughts and beliefs and emotions and expectations that I keep alive in my awareness that are attracting my experiences? And what am I experiencing in my physical world that is matching the frequency of my mentality? As we know, or as we want to know, we sometimes forget that we know, our point of attraction, our vibrational activity center, our hotspot, our creative hotspot, is right where we are, wherever we are, and it's always active. It's energized by how we perceive life in any moment and our expectations of how we believe things will go for us and for the world. We perceive as us and as the world around us what we believe is true. We live in our awareness of our own version of life. The spiritual teacher Rupert Spira wrote, "All that is perceived in awareness. Awareness itself is not in the world. The world is in awareness." The world, we're aware of, everything that we perceive within it is completely of our own thought-filled making. It's like a 3D mind movie of our dominant thoughts and beliefs and emotions and expectations about everything. I know it's hard to believe. It's hard to wrap our head around it, and really the problem is we try to wrap our head around it, and it's because we don't believe it most of the time. because it doesn't look that way, that we try to fix and control or change external or outer conditions. Even fixing the ladies' bathroom door was the consciousness of the fixer. It might not have worked, but it worked. So good on Jim. Now, as we said last Sunday, or the first Sunday in May, actually, our trying to change the world we see that appears to us to be external is like trying to change the reflection in a mirror by wiping the glass. The world that's reflected back to us, the world we experience, is in our awareness, not outside of us. If we want to change the world we see in any way, we have to change the mind of the one seeing it. Dr. John Aston, he's an internationally known teacher of non-dual spiritual philosophy. He wrote, "Can you tell me where this moment ends and the next begins? Where the subject ends and the object begins? Where the observer ends and the observed begins? Where you end and the world begins? Where is this dividing line?" There's no dividing line in our awareness. There's only that which we're aware of until we're aware of something else or something more. So a good question for us to ask ourselves on this last Sunday in May is, what world am I aware of? Do I like the world that I see? And do I like myself in that world? We look out into the world and see familiar, believable images of our own thoughts about the world extending outward. Just like when we look in a mirror and everything looks like it's in there. And so it's naturally seems that what we're looking out is separate from our mind, rather than being generated from the hot spot of our awareness. But there is no dividing line between us, the observer, and what we observe. Our life happens for us, from within us, as we believe. Every experience that we have is matching what we believe in our mind is there for us to experience. We've got to believe it to see it. I mean, we've always been taught we'll believe it when we see it. But truly, we've got to believe it to see it, whatever it is. There's a whole lot here we don't see. Is there a whole lot here that others see that we don't see? I know people who see things. But it's our own belief system, whatever that belief system is, that we're constantly looking at. In this way, we see in what appears to be a world of physicality our own self reflected back to us. An artist friend of mine said it beautifully just the other day. She said, the experience is the experiencer. It's all one thing. There is no dividing line between us and what we experience. If we want to change our life in any way, so that we have happier, healthier, and more peaceful and loving experiences, we have to change the point of view of the one that is seeing the world. Which brings us to the title of today's talk, Get Off It. But it's not what you think. I mean, have you ever tried to move something? Or just something that it should have been easy to do and it wouldn't budge, it wouldn't move at all? Well, I had that experience not too long ago. For my daily spiritual practice, while I'm still in bed, I prop up pillows behind me, one vertical and then the second one horizontal. And it makes a nice little pillow chair for reading and listening to music and meditating. And before I start my practice, sometimes I have to adjust the pillow, to get it just right. And it's easy. It's just a pillow. But the other day I tried to adjust it and it wouldn't move. I mean, it would not move at all. And the more I tried, the harder it seemed to get it to do anything. And I kept tugging at it and tugging at it. And it was fast becoming a frustrating experience that I didn't want to begin my spiritual practice with. And that's when I became aware that I was sitting on the pillowcase and keeping it from moving. It was me, my body weight, keeping the pillow. Nothing else was going on. The weight of my own body was keeping the pillow from moving, and it made me laugh. That when I realized that I was the one causing both the immovable pillow and the problem, and the one who was getting frustrated at what I was doing. It was just me having this moment. We're always the cause of our own experience. We're the one deciding what's happening and how we feel about it. It's just us. Even when we blame what's happening and how we feel about it on someone or something else, like a pillow. It's always the weight of our own thoughts, our thoughts, that bring us down and keep us from moving forward. Maybe we've been wanting a change and some improvement in some area of our life. Maybe we want more financial flow, or better health, or happier relationships, or more fun and adventure. It doesn't matter. It can be ours. But the more we've tried to force it to happen, the more frustrated we become, because things didn't seem to move at all. Didn't seem to budge. Everything seemed to stay just as it was, in that uncomfortable place. The harder we try to get things moving by trying to fix something external before we look to ourselves to change something internal, the more frustrated we become. And in that frustrated energy, we spend a lot of time focused on all sorts of things that frustrate us. We let go of the pillow. We're on to other things. Things we don't like, and things that are lacking in our life, and things that aren't going well for us, and then there are all the problems in the world. Frustrated energy looks for something to be frustrated about. But we have to get off it if we want frustration to move away, and we want to create a space for joy to take its place. Abraham Hicks tells us complaining about anything holds you in the place of refusing to receive the things you've been asking for. Justifying about anything holds you in the place of refusing to let in the very thing you've been asking for. We can have a good laugh about that if we want to, if we choose to, when we realize that we're the only one causing our frustration in life. Because when we realize that, we also know that we're the one who could make the changes. We're the one who can do something about it. In fact, we're the only one who can. If we don't like the feeling our thinking is causing, no matter how justified we believe in thinking what we're thinking, we can get off it. We can tell ourselves to get off it and choose a better feeling thought, any better feeling thought, not necessarily on the subject, but just anything that causes us to feel better, because in that space of feeling better, in that space of happy flow, all sorts of other things come to mind. And we notice that life is a miracle. We notice the little things. We see all of those good things because we're in that space. If our financial flow isn't growing, our health isn't flowing, our relationships aren't improving, and we're not experiencing fun and adventure, the energy of frustration isn't going to help it at all. Rather than complaining about it, we can get off it. We can get off the repetitive thoughts that are keeping us from experiencing something better, something more wonderful, something happier, something healthier. Our life happens in our mind. We have to begin there. We're the only one in charge of our mind. And in that way, we're in charge of the world that lives in it. Eckhart Tolle wrote, "The moment you recognize yourself as the space of awareness, life no longer happens to you, but within you." The responsive universe that creates for us isn't outside of us. The vibrations and energy we send out, we send in. And when we're sending in good vibrations, we attract from within us a whole new world of experiences. Namaste. Okay. Well, we love and bless Grateful Jim and know that he is feeling his oats, and we know what happens when he does. Okay? But we'll just move on with saying thank you. That this moment right now is when we say out loud, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here, for being who you are, for loving life and loving yourself and wanting more and more of the great and grand and miraculous experience of who you are. Thank you for being here and wanting all of those things. Thank you for knowing your oneness with us and being in the oneness with us. And thank you for tuning in live stream. You are so a part of us. We feel you every Sunday. And we're grateful to be here. You know, we've got our sign out front, and people are thinking we're not here. So we need a sign out front that says, we're here, and you're welcome. So come on in. And I want a sign like the ice cream one, when it goes, whoa, you just passed ice cream. Whoa, you just passed positive vibes. It'll get somebody coming back. So we would like very much, and we don't have to keep telling the universe what we want because the universe knows what we want, and we want to do what we do, and to do it in a place that represents us. And today, this is the place. And today, we're grateful for this place, floods and all. And we know that there's a place, a next place, that we're never stuck, that as we continue to know that life comes from within us and manifests in front of us, we know that we see that place wherever it is. And we know that we can go to that place, that we are sourced with all we need to be wherever we want to be. And that nothing in this world, not the economy, not the gas prices, not anything that goes on in this world can prevent us from creating the world that we want to see and live in. It's the truth, and we need to know that and not even justify why we can't do something. Yes, we can. Matter of fact, our song next month, because we need a fresh jolt of yes, 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 is it going to be yes, yes, yes? Yeah, because we can, and we need to do. So I would just, as we go into everything else we're going to be going into, I just want us to say together, yes, we can. You ready? Yes, we can. And that can be for whatever you want in your life, whatever. But we're going to take it as an LEC affirmation this morning, okay? So, a not-for-profit organization, such as we are, requires the gratitude and generosity of those who participate. So I know everyone here supports us financially. I know that because I know you know we're all in this together. So if you're listening live stream, really, this announcement is for you. If you'd like to know how to support LEC, and you don't know how, for whatever reason, up until now you didn't know how, then our wonderful, powerful, wise, amazing treasurer, Dr. Jamie Phillips, is here to tell you how.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction.
You're welcome.
It was a great talk. Thank you. And I was just reading today, this morning, when I was doing my practice. My pillows were feeling good to me. In my awareness,
Smarty.
It was wonderful. Today, I exchange control for grace.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that a nice one?
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So if you would like to donate to the Life Enrichment Center, and we just had a flooded bathroom with a hot water heater over the weekend, so we could use a little extra special donation. So you can give to us in a number of ways. You can donate via Facebook, Life Enrichment Center / let me try that again. Facebook.com / Life Enrichment Center. You can go to our website, lecflint.com. There's a donate button on that page. You can go to PayPal and donate. And our PayPal email address, you got this, Laura? Is lec2512@gmail.com. You got to check. I love it. And also, if you'd like to send in a check, you can send one to our P.O. Box, Life Enrichment Center, P.O. Box 321294, Flint, Michigan 48532. And if you're here in the sanctuary, we're going to be doing an offertory while we listen to Marcia Allen singing in this very room, and that'll be followed by a gratitude prayer from Reverend Stephanie. Thank you so much.